Hi, my name is Kristen Olson. I am 13 years old and I live in Orem, Utah. Okay, so today we are going to be making spaghetti, but instead of using pasta, we're going to be using zucchini, the wonderful vegetable. No, actually, I really love zucchini. So this is how I cut it. I use this tool. Okay, suction cups. So I use this thing called a spiralizer, and you just push and you turn it around, and then it cuts it into lovely, wonderful strands like this. Okay, yeah, that might need to be cut. But yeah, it cuts it into that, and that's how I use it, and that's how I'm going to use it as my pasta. Now that I have my pasta all prepared, it's time to chop an onion. I like onions for flavor and pretty much everything. They're amazing. So you just chop like this. Excuse me. Okay. Then up here. Okay. Don't want that to get cut off all the way. And also, I'm just going to leave this part on here so that, because I can cut it off later. Okay. 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 Now we just chop it down. See, and it's like nice, beautiful pieces. Okay, that wasn't a good example, but yeah, just all sticks to the knife. Okay. And it comes off in these nice little pieces to use in cooking. Excuse me, I don't want to chop you up anymore. Okay. And don't get it on the floor either. Okay. One last time. And this will go in the trash can. Okay, so now I'm going to cook my meat in a bit of olive oil. I already have my hand like all nice and heated up. Just a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, this isn't going to stay swirled. Okay, I don't want to use all of this meat, but I'm just going to cook it all. I don't want all of it in my sauce, but so I'm just going to take some off. Get in. Come on. Okay, time to get dirty. Okay. Okay, wash your hands. Okay, now it is time, now it is time, so just break up the sausage, we can break it up, come on, okay, and this is ground sweet Italian sausage, sweet Italian pork sausage, just so you know. I absolutely love this sausage. Okay, so now that my sausage is done, I'm just gonna move it over onto a plate lined with a paper towel to get all the excess fat off. Drain. And one more strip. Okay, and that is the sausage. I'm going to add my onion to the pan with all of the delicious juices and fats of the sausage. And I love using this bench scraper. It's like so easy and handy. Just get one last little bit. Okay. And I'm just gonna stir that around in this wonderful dripping. And just let that brown and get a little translucent in. Yeah. Okay, so next we're gonna work on the actual sauce of it. So I'm just gonna add this can of lovely fire roasted whole tomatoes to the food processor, along with a couple cloves of garlic. I already have this one all crushed and removed and stuff. Okay, there we go. Okay, now come on, paper. Okay, got that. Load in along with the sauce ingredients and where's my salt? Ah, I found it. Found the wonderful thing in life that is salt. Don't get it on the basil either. Okay. Just one little more pinch. Okay. Bit of pepper, not too much. Okay. Now I have to do the same. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a spoon. Let's try this out. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Nice, good, lovely consistency. Yeah, okay. Okay, now I'm gonna taste it. Let's see. Yeah, I need a bit more salt. Okay. Swap that. We want lots and lots of pepper, I've decided. Now. Ah! I did it! Okay. Let's see what that is. That's the only problem with tasting. You have to get a new spoon every time. That's good. So next we are going to just add a little bit more olive oil to this pan, just to get it all nice and greased and oiled and delicious. And then we are going to add our wonderful garlicky, tomatoey, delicious sauce. Not all of it, just some of it. That's how much I'm going to use at the moment. So let this cook and become amazing and delicious for just a sec. Okay. It's time to add the sweet Italian sausage, and I love this sausage so much. It is like so good. It has, I love the way that it tastes of fennel. It's sort of sweet. It's really, 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 really good. Okay. Okay. Okay, just stir this all together. Let it cook for just a minute. Okay. So now I think it is appropriate to add the pasta, sort of pasta, that it with like super long strands and like as long as Rapunzel's hair. Okay, let's add this all in. We're just going to let this cook in the sauce, if I can get this on top. Okay, so we're just going to let this cook in the sauce for a couple minutes. And really, the zucchini makes it healthy, but the sausage and the tomato sauce make it taste good. We're just going to let that sit there. And while that is cooking for a minute, I'm going to chop up some basil to put on the top. So I'm just going to do something called a chiffonade. It is when you just layer your basil pieces on top like this, and then you just roll it up in a very tight cylinder. Then you chop it up like this. And it comes out with like amazing little pieces of basil. Ta-da, chiffonade. This is what I'm going to sprinkle on top of my pasta. Okay, so now this is all wonderful and bubbly and sort of boiling. The zucchini will let out a lot of liquid, as I have found. So you just sort of want to let some of that evaporate. So I'm just going to let this cook for just a minute. I'm going to grab our wonderful rasp grater. That's the greatest thing ever. And finally grate some Parmigiano Reggiano, which is really just an amazing form of Parmesan cheese. Not the gross store-bought stuff. Actually, I've never actually tried that, so I don't know what it tastes like, even though apparently it sounds bad. So yeah, this is really, really good cheese. You only want a little bit, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Okay, this will just add a bit of saltiness to the sort of sweet tomatoes and sweet Italian sausage stuff. It'll just add some more salt, flavor, and make it look pretty and stuff. And make it the colors of the Italian flag. Okay, let's see. I think that is pretty good. So I'm just going to turn off the heat. Bring this over onto a trivet. Where are my tongs? Ah, found them. Okay, Just grab some of this, put it in a bowl. Oh yes, that's beautiful serving right there. Okay, we're just gonna put that in. Get that noodle in there. Okay. Okay. Add a bit of sauce on top. Okay. A bit of sauce on top. Oh, I just put that back in. Okay, just use a little bit of this sausage. Just sprinkle a little bit on there. And get our delicious looking chiffonade basil and salty Parmigiano Reggiano. That's how you make zucchini spaghetti. At this precise moment, my phone ran out of battery. Wonderful. So I could not film myself eating the dinner, even though it did taste wonderful. Every child knows that dessert is the best part of any meal, obviously. I'm going to make an amazing dessert, fudgy brownies, but I'm going to add a twist. I'm going to add blood orange zest right here. And it's just going to add an acidic element which really offsets the richness, and it's really good. Okay, so I have a double boiler here, and to that I'm just going to add about 12 ounces of bittersweet chocolate and 2 ounces of unsweetened chocolate. Let's just get that. It's gonna cook. Along with, my hands are all chocolatey now. Along with about 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter. I'm just gonna put that in the double boiler, stir it occasionally until it is all melted and delicious. Okay, so now our chocolate mixture is wonderful and melted. It's all glossy and beautiful. So I've turned off the heat, and now I'm going to add about a scant 1.5 cup of sugar, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of vanilla, all mixed together using a really heavy-duty whisk right here. Just whisk that until it is all wonderful, delicious, and combined. Also, there is a 1/4 cup of Dutch processed cocoa in there. This will look a little grainy. Do not despair. Okay, and to this we will add our eggs, 1 at a time, or 2 at a time in this case. Okay, just make sure that they're all mixed in thoroughly and well combined. Okay, so I've added all these eggs, so I'm going to add some flour. That's a cup of flour and a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. This has a lot of chocolate. Cocoa powder, bittersweet, unsweetened, and now semi-sweet. Okay, just mix that in until it is pretty well combined. That is pretty good. And now I'm going to add my blood orange zest, which I have right here. Let's just get that in. Okay. Just gonna fold that in. And blood oranges are actually called blood orange because instead of having an orange inside like normal oranges do, they have a pinkish reddish colored flesh, and that is why they are called blood oranges. Okay, so I have my 2 prepared pans with foil and butter. I have them on 2 scales, and they're both at 0. And I just want to make sure that they will have the right amount of batter. So between both of them. So yeah. Okay, so these are both equal in weight, 1 pound and 7 ounces. So I'm just going to open up my preheated oven. that oven is at 375. And these are the finished and baked brownies. Okay, so now that the cooking part is done, I was thinking that I would take you on a little tour of my house. This is the living room. If you can see, back behind me is our piano. I'm working on Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. Okay. This is the kitchen, which you have already seen, with my mom and my dad. Say hello.
Hello.
Yes. And down this hallway, if you can see that, yeah, you can see that. Okay. This is where my sisters live, and that's my mom and dad's room. And downstairs this is where my dad teaches piano. Yeah, that's the studio. And this is my bedroom door. I'm not going into the bedrooms. And yeah, that's where I live, and that's who I live with. Well, that's my parents, not who I live with yet. But yeah. Okay, so now that you know where I live, it seems fitting that you should know who I live with. And I live with my mom and my dad, and my two younger sisters. My oldest sister, Catherine, she is 11, and then my youngest sister, who is 7. Her name is Ella. And I'm the oldest of the kids, though. I'm 13. So yeah. Okay, so that's how I learned to cook, but this is how I use what I have learned in cooking. I really like making French food, French pastries, and I just like making any kind of dessert. I love baking. But I really like French things. They're just so much fun. It's so sophisticated. Like, people think it's like, oh my gosh, you've been working for a million years in the kitchen. But really, like, some of the things are so easy. Sometimes it's just like a little time consuming. But yeah, I like making custards, pâte à choux, puff pastry, breads. So yeah, I love anything to do with an oven. That's what I do. So yeah. I really want to be on Chopped. It would be a dream come true. It would just be so amazing. It would give me one of the reasons that I would like to be on Chopped, it's a chance to prove myself, prove what I can do, and yeah, it's also a chance to test myself, see what I can do. So yeah, that's why it would be amazing to get onto this Chopped Junior competition.